Hello students, in our previous class 11th, chapter equilibrium, we have gone through factors affecting equilibrium. So in this, if Kc has the same value regardless the amount of reactants and product that are put in the system. If a system is in equilibrium, is subjected to change, then the system will no longer be in the equilibrium. The value of equilibrium constant, that is Kc, will change. This is the La Chatelier's principle. If a system in equilibrium is subjected to a change of temperature, pressure and concentration, then the equilibrium shifts in such a way that the effect of the changed condition is multiplied. We have gone through effect of concentration change, effect of pressure change, now we will go for the effect of inert gas addition. For a reaction at constant volume, when the number of moles of reactant and products is same, the addition of inert gas has no effect. Means if the volume is kept constant and inert gas such as argon is added which does not take part in the reaction, the equilibrium remains undisturbed. It is because the addition of inert gas at constant volume does not change the particle pressure or the molar concentration of the substance involved in the reaction. The reaction quotient change only if the added gas is reactant or product involved in the reaction, but there will be no change of inert gas. Next is the effect of catalyst. A catalyst does not affect equilibrium constant. It speeds up both the forward and backward reaction and allow the reaction to reach an equilibrium position more rapidly. We know what is the function of catalyst. Catalyst is, first of all, it is required in very small quantity and its part as a to change the speed of the reaction. It can be the forward or it can be the backward. A catalyst increases the rate of chemical reaction by making available a new low energy pathway for the conversion of the reactant to products. It increases the rate of forward and reverse reactions that pass through the same transition state and does not affect equilibrium. Catalyst lowers the activation energy for the forward and reverse reactions by exactly the same amount. Catalyst does not affect the equilibrium composition of a reaction mixture. It does not appear in the balanced chemical equation or in the equilibrium constant expression. If a reaction has an exceedingly small K, a catalyst would be a little help. Next is a point, what is the acid and base and salt? You have studied this thing in the chapter in class 10th also. What is the acid? The compound which gives H ion. Or in the solution, water solution, it gives the hydronium ion, it is the acid. In physical we can say acid are the sour substance जो थोड़े खट्टे होते हैं taste में. They are the acids. What is the base? Physical, if we so on the physical quality, they are little bitter. And the compound which will give the OH ion in the water solution, it is the base. This reaction is called the neutralization reaction. Different type of reactions are there, acid and base. If acid and base will react together, they will make a salt and water. This is called the neutralization. And H ion of the acid and hydroxyl ion of the base will form a water molecule and they will form a salt also. Dielectric constant, the ability of a polar solvent to dissociate in water is called the dielectric constant. It is meter relative permeability. Separation of ions in water is called ionization or dissociation. When ions of water are separated, it is known as hydration. Organic acids like acetic and formic acid cannot ionize. They can only be partially ionized. The term, we can say in other word, the term acid, bases and salt are the most commonly used words in our daily life. Acid had its origin from the Latin word acidus, which means sour or having sharp taste. Acid turn blue litmus paper into red and liberate hydrogen or reacting with certain metals. This is an important point. And base, they are little bitter in the taste and red litmus paper into blue. Sodium chloride is a salt. This is called a common salt which we are using in vegetable and all. Is an important component of our daily life. It is formed by a reaction between hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide in solid form. Sodium chloride consists positively charged sodium ion and negatively charged chloride ion. They are held together by the process of attraction between positive and negative ions. This is Arrhenius concept of acids and bases. According to this theory, an acid is a substance which when dissolved in water give H ion. Acids like HCl, H2S, hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, they are the strong acid and they give H ion in large amount in aqueous solution, while acetic acid, hydrocyanide acid are the weak acids since they dissociate to lesser extent. According to this theory, a base is a substance which when dissolved in the water gives OH ions, greater OH ions, giving tendency stronger is the base like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. are considered strong base. The base like aluminum hydroxide, calcium hydroxide are the considered weak base since they are dissociated to lesser extent. There was some limitations were there in Arrhenius theory. According to this theory, an acid gave a proton ion in aqueous solution, but it has been found that proton always exists as hydronium ion, that is S3O plus ion. Second, according to this theory, a substance can behave as an acid or basis only in water. That is, in solvents other than water, the acidic and basic character of the substance cannot be explained. Next is the Bronsted-Lowry theory for acid and base. The main characteristic of Bronsted-Lowry theory of acid and base are as follows. Number 1. An acid is a substance which can lose a proton, while base is a substance which can accept a proton. Number 2. An acid after losing proton becomes a base, while the base after accepting a proton becomes acid. Thus, there is an equilibrium between the acid and base. Third, next point, for every acid there is a corresponding base called its conjugate base. Similarly, for every base there is a conjugate acid called its conjugate. Means suppose in this reaction water is reacting with the making the hydroxyl ion and ammonia is making the ammonium ion. They are the conjugate pair. Not only the molecule but even ions can act as an acid and base. Hydronium ion is an acid while acetate ion is a base. A species can act as an acid only if there is another species present to accept proton. Until unless such a species is not present which will accept the proton, they will not behave as a base. Water can behave both an acid and base. It is in the position to either lose or gain proton. It is called amphoteric or amphoteric solvent. Amphoteric means they have the tendency to both the things, positive and negative, acidic and basic. Next theory is Lewis acid and base theory. In 1923, G.N. Lewis defined an acid as an electron pair acceptor and a base an electron pair donor. In other words, an acid is a substance which can accept a pair of electrons, while base is a substance which can donate a pair of electrons. Lewis' concept is general and does not require hydrogen to be an essential constituent of all acids, like Arrhenius and Lowry concept. In the previous both the concept, proton or hydrogen should be there. Then only that compound will behave as a acid. He defined acid as a species which accept electron pair, base which donate an electron pair. In Lewis concept, acid does not have a proton at all. In base, a lone pair is provided in such a case, like BF3 does not have a proton but still act as an acid and react with ammonia by accepting its lone pair of electron. Next is the ionization of acid and base. Always a stronger acid donate a proton to the stronger base. Stronger acid dissociate very easily in water, resulting in a formation of a weak base. So always a strong acid have weak conjugation base. Examples are perchloric acid, hydrochloric acid, nitric acid, etc. Weak acid have very strong conjugate base like hydrofluoric acid, acetic acid. We know water is an ampholyte, means it can behave an acid as well as base. This base behavior of water is due to ionization to form protons and hydroxyl. When we will do the hydrolysis of water, we will get the hydrogen ion and hydroxyl ion. Applying the law of chemical equilibrium, we will get the concentration of product divided by concentration of reactant. And there is we'll get the constant that K is the dissociation constant of water. Since dissociation of water take place to a small extent, the concentration of undissociated water is nearly constant. So K is equal to H ion OH ion divided by constant. So K constant is equal to H ion OH ion. So Kw is equal to H ion OH ion. So this Kw is the ionic product of water and may be defined as the product of the concentration of H ion and OH ion. When we will do the hydrolysis of water is there, it will give the hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion. Then to find out the value of K, concentration of product divided by concentration of reactant. So hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion multiplied by hydroxyl divided by water. The concentration of water is omitted from the denominator as water is a pure liquid and its concentration remains constant. Water is incorporated with an equilibrium constant to give a new constant Kw, which is called the ionic product of water. So Kw is equal to H ion and OH ion. For acidic, hydronium ion. For basic, OH ion. For neutral, hydronium ion is greater than hydroxyl ion. For neutral, hydroxyl ion is equivalent to hydroxyl ion. For acidic, hydronium ion is greater than hydroxyl ion. And for basic, hydronium ion is less than the hydroxyl ion. Next is the ionization constant of weak acids. In general formula for dissociation of weak acid, it is given by the formula Ka, C square alpha square divided by C1 minus alpha, where K is called the dissociation or the ionization constant. Next is a very important point, that is the pH. What is pH? pH value we can term it as a hydrogen ion concentration. What is the percentage? What is the concentration of hydrogen present in that compound, in that solution? It is called the pH value. A neutral and pure water possess an equal concentration of hydronium ion and hydroxyl ion, and their product is always constant. When an acid is added in water, the concentration of H ion becomes greater than the OH ion. So solution will be acidic. Similarly, when base is added, the concentration of OH ion increases, while that H ion percentage decreases. Thus, an acid solution is one which hydronium ion is greater than 10 to power minus 7, or a base is one in which hydronium ion is 10 to power less than 10 to power minus 7. What we are saying, we can find out this pH by a scale. It is invented by a German scientist. This scale starts from 0 to 14. 0 is where 7 is the center point, that is a neutral. When 7 to 40 reading is 7 to 14, then it is solution is basic. If the reading is 0 to 7, the solution is acidic. There are steps to evaluate pH for weak electrolytes. The species present before dissociation are identified as Bronsted-Lowry acid base. Balanced equation for possible reaction means with a species acting both as acid as well as base as written. The reaction with higher ionization constant is identified as a primary reaction while the other is a subsidiary reaction. In listed tubular form, the following values of each of the species in the primary reaction. Initial concentration, change in concentration into equilibrium in terms of degree of ionization, equilibrium concentration. This is the substitute equilibrium concentration into equilibrium constant equation for principal reaction and solve for alpha. This is the strength of acid and base. First is a row of acids and second is a row of base. 100% ionized in water. This is a solution. Whatever solution we have taken, this is 100% ionized in water. We can say hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid. They are the strong acid. Then hydronium. After that, acid strength decreases. Bisulfate ion, phosphate ion, hydrogen fluoride, like this. But when we will move towards the hydroxyl ion, the acid strength totally go towards the decreasing order. In the case of hydroxyl base, chloride, bisulfate, nitrate, they are the negligible or weak base. As we will move towards the hydroxyl ion, we will feel the basicity is basic character is increasing, like sulfate, biphosphate, bicarbonate, etc. So maximum, who has a maximum basic character? The compound which has the hydroxyl ion, oxygen, hydrogen in minus, and CH3. What is the strength of acid and base? In an acid-base reaction, the equilibrium will favor the reaction that move the proton to the strong base. Suppose when we were reacting the hydrochloric acid with water, they will form the hydronium ion H3O and chloride ion. Water is a much stronger base than chloride ion, so the equilibrium lies so far to the right K is not measured. Ionization of weak bases. The equilibrium constant for the base ionization is called weak base ionization constant and is represented by Kv. It can be expressed in terms of concentration in a molarity of various species in equilibrium. Means Kv is equal to concentration of the equilibrium constant for base ionization is called base ionization constant and is represented by Kb. Alternatively, C initial concentration of base and alpha degree of ionization of base. That is the extent to which the base ionizes, then equilibrium constant can be Kv is equal to C square alpha square upon C 1 minus alpha. Relation between Ka and Kv. Kv means ionization constant for acid and Kv ionization constant for base. The equilibrium constant for a net reaction obtained after adding two or more reactions equal to the product of the equilibrium constants for individual reactions. In case of conjugate acid-base pair, K net is equal to K1 multiplied by K2. So Ka multiplied by Kv is equal to Kw. So pKa into pKv is equal to pKw, that is 14. So this is an introduction of pH. Have a nice time. Good luck for future.